What's going on, folks? It's your friendly neighborhood old soldier coming at you today from Robeson County, North Carolina, where the last couple of days we've had a little cold snap. I think the temperature this morning when we got up was about 47 this morning. Yesterday morning it was about 44 degrees outside when we got up, and it didn't get above 57 all day yesterday, which this early in May is not completely unheard of, but it's been a while since we've had a spring with temperatures like this around here. Usually by this time, humidity, sweltering, sweating, and we're roasting. But anyhow, anyway, that's from your brother Kyle. Sorry I didn't get a video out yesterday. I just laid in bed all day. Aches, pains, and no energy from chronic fatigue, and I would attribute most of it to the weather change yesterday triggering it. Okay. Folks, it is what it is. I've been dealing with it for a while now. Just one of those things that happens. But let's talk about the gas crisis. Now, I saw this morning on the news where the pipeline is supposedly back up and running. But what's been done to stop it from happening again? Somebody know? Because I put a post on my Facebook page about it, that my personal opinion, and I spoke on this day before yesterday, is that what happened with the pipeline wasn't some random hack. Either they knew it was happening and did nothing, i.e. our federal government, Cyber Warfare Department, or they just said, yep, let's let it happen because we got a bigger agenda to push. Either way, either line of thought plays into that. Okay. So I got an argument on Facebook with a dude about that yesterday, and Facebook giving me a nice little 7-day jail sentence, and I don't give a rat's rear end. I don't mind his opinion. You got yours, I got mine. I'm fine with that all day long. But when you start telling me what I need to do, you just crossed the line, pal. And I'm going to give it to you both barrels, and I did. I guess Facebook said I was bullying him, even though I appealed it, and Facebook turned around and said, no, you didn't violate our community standards, but yet they still gave me a 7-day suspension. Go figure. The hypocrisy of the communist free speech suppression machines. I won't be surprised what YouTube flags this one, because what I'm about to say now, too, there's a bunch of idiots, morons out there. And most of y'all, a lot of y'all follow me, are also on Instagram. I saw your post. I'm probably sure you saw mine. But talking about these people filling plastic bags or plastic totes with gas and then putting it in the back of an enclosed car. And the Darwin Award goes to, little knife in there. I thought to myself, not only is that stupid, it's dangerous. And the worst part is, some of these people look like moms that were doing it. I can't say if they were or weren't, didn't see any kids, but my point being is, what if they had children in the car? You know, gas fumes are not healthy to breathe in. Not to mention, if you slam on the brakes, them Tupperware or them tote containers aren't sealed. So now you got gas sloshing all over the inside of your car. Same thing with a plastic bag. You fill up a plastic bag and tie it off. Especially thin little garbage bags. gasoline leak through that in a heartbeat. It'd be just a matter of time. I got a feeling the people fill up in plastic bags probably didn't get very far before they had a back seat full of gasoline. And if anybody knows anything about gasoline, if you spill it inside a vehicle, it's almost next to impossible to get that smell out. You can scrub, you can take it to a professional cleaner. The reason I know, I had a Ford Explorer a long time ago, and I filled up a 5-gallon gasoline can, set it in the back, and it sploshed. And it didn't splosh much, but it was enough. And that vehicle smelled like spilt gasoline for 6 months. Didn't matter how much air freshener I put in there, how much baking soda I put down, how many times I scrubbed it with soap and water, that gas odor was in it and in the carpet. Alright, that rant's over. The next one, I'm going to talk about the vaccine again. Yep, YouTube, I'm talking about the COVID-19 vaccine and the fact that I don't believe it's effective, and also I believe that it's harmful and dangerous to human beings. Now, YouTube, if you want to flag this video, you go right ahead. But what I am stating is my opinion, which I'm entitled to and have a right to express, and on this platform, because I use a paid portion of your platform. So, that disclaimer out the way. Went to my pharmacy on Tuesday because I had a doctor's appointment. I had to get my pain meds refilled. So I went there, got my pain meds refilled. But while I was there, I was talking to one of the pharmacists, and sweet lady, God, sweet lady. And she was limping, and I asked her, I said, "Ma'am, are you okay? Did you hurt your leg or knee?" And she says, "No." She says, "I got the COVID vaccine." She said, "I got the first shot, and it didn't bother me a bit, but I got that second one. And after that, my knees and my ankles and my legs have just been throbbing and hurting." And it says, "I'm not the only one here at our store that's having that same symptomology." Now, I didn't ask her which type she got, but there's only two that you have to have 2 injections. I think it's Pfizer and Moderna. So that's another reason I'm not down with it. Now, if you feel the need to go get it, go get it. Okay? I'm not going to hate you. I'm not going to unfollow you. I'm not even going to lecture you. You've got to do what you think's best for you. But at the end of the day, I don't trust it. I will continue to stick with my D3, my vitamin C, my multivitamin, and my zinc supplements. Okay? And that's just me. That's how I'm rolling with this. But gotta come up here to Camp World and get me some blue junk to put in my camper septic tank. Ran out. If you don't know what this stuff does, if you've got a camper and you don't know what it does, it helps dissolve all the solid matter in your tank, make it easier to drain, clean, and empty out, in case you didn't know. I gotta pause this for a minute, folks, because I'm not done ranting. But I gotta pause this so I'm gonna get what I gotta get, and I'll be right back. Yeah, all right, folks. Old soldier's back. Like I said, it took a pause, X step in the store, grab some stuff. But sad part too is where I'm at here in North Carolina. I'm seeing people, you know, my God, I really feel for them. They're so stupid. What do you mean, old soldier? They believe every cotton-picking thing that CNN, MSNBC, NBC, CBS, ABC, and to a lesser extent Fox News tells them. Yeah, Fox News on my hit list now. Their whole format's just gone to crap. But anyway, that's again for you, Brother Kyle. I'm seeing people that have gotten the vaccine that I know personally, and they're still wearing 1 or 2 masks. You got the vaccine. Why do you need to wear a mask? You see, that idiot, and I hate to say this, probably and I never got a clear answer why President Trump never fired this guy's rear end, knowing there's so many other people in the same field. I'm talking about Dr. Rat-Think Fauci, because that's what the hell I'm calling him, Rat-Think Fauci. You know, he's worse than a Beverly Hills housewife, changes his mind 10 times in 1 minute. And he's one that has pushed us to this point as far as the narrative of 2 masks, 2 to 3 vaccine shots, and then maybe we can get back to some sense of normalcy. No, you are playing into the Communist Party's control apparatus, and they're using him. And he's glad to be used by them, because he's at the top of the rat pack. He has no fear of anything to lose. As long as he keeps telling them what they want to hear or what they want him to say, he's protected. I'm trying to think of my next statement that I can say without really getting upset. But the stupidity of people buying into this mess day in, day out, without even questioning the validity of it, without considering the medical opinions of others in the profession that Rat-Think Fauci's in, spells a lot of what's going on in this nation. And again, it's all a part of the deep state communist plot, if you will, to reign supreme over the world. Make no bones about it, folks. That's what is going on right now, right here. You don't have to agree with me. I get it. That's fine. I'm just telling you where I think things are headed if something doesn't happen soon. You know, and the sad part is, you look at other world events that are going on all around. It's like a madhouse. Now, I would say, if you are a Christian and you read your Bible, you could even say the events of Revelations are starting to unfold. Now, I'm not making that prediction because only God knows the time, not even the Son, only the Father, of when He'll come back. And so therefore, I won't make that prediction. I don't want to even get into that. I'm just saying, though, if you look at the signs and revelations, they're starting to kind of unfold. And I'll leave that one there for those that may not believe. I'm not here to preach to you. But at a minimum, what are you prepared to do? And I've asked that before. I know what I'm doing. It's not going to be something that happens overnight. Nothing ever does. Folks, we're almost at a juncture for the very existence of our being of free people. So watch yourself, protect your families, get together with like-minded people, form your networks. Those networks will eventually form into other organizations if you build them and you culminate them. But you have to start somewhere. At the end of the day, when it does hit the fan, you don't want to be standing by yourself. You know, there's some out there who probably disagree with me. That's fine. What I'm getting at, if I stand alone, but the might of a crooked and evil government comes to take my liberties and my freedoms away, I can only stand for so long as one man. What I'm getting at is you need to have mutual aid, mutual defense. Don't necessarily have to be large numbers, but you have to be able to support your neighbor when in need in a mutual defense network. How does that work, old soldier? Well, case in example, I'm going to use the 1948 Arab-Israeli War for one. At that time, Israel's population wasn't but 600,000 people. They had a standing army of about 10% of the population. In other words, they had about a 60,000 strong army. And even then, some of the units within it at the time were loosely band together. They weren't very cohesive. There's recorded history of many of the immigrants getting off the boats and going straight to the front. There was one company that consisted of Russian and Polish fighters that had been there maybe 10 days and were wiped out in, I forget the battle, but it was the battle that opened the Jerusalem Road. And they were literally wiped out to a man. Oh, that doesn't sound like this. Yeah. You had towns and villages that were not of enough strategic importance for the standing army to go and fight for. So these towns literally had to mutually rely on one another for aid and defense. And in those towns, neighbors had to support neighbors. That's what I'm getting at. And basically, they moved from one location to the next. In other words, I'll put it in this one, some others may understand, a fire force type of association, or Minuteman. Fire force I get from the Rhodesian military. Rhodesian light infantry were experts at it. They would get a call that there was insurgents, terrorists, in XYZ sector, and in a matter of minutes they were on helicopters or planes and to the area and drop into a hot combat situation. The Minuteman concept was the same in the sense of, the call come out and every able-bodied man grabbed his firearm and went to meet the threat. That is what I'm referring to as far as part of developing your networks. Eventually, hey, you and you, I've got this going on. Can you get to me? Yeah, on the way. Neutralize the threat at that location, find out, oh man, hey, they just hit so-and-so's place. Let's move out, take care of it there, because that day may come. And I'm thinking more than likely it will as opposed to it won't. But anyway, that's 3 times day, Kyle. You're special today, brother. Until tomorrow, my friends, God bless, take care, stay safe, stay armed, stay vigilant, keep your eyes open, your ear to the ground, your neck on the swivel. Watch your back, folks. God bless. Old soldier out.